Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. And we are here today for a special class that class is going to be on Damodara Ashtakam today. Because you may remember we actually just touched on just the first verse. That verse is really so huge. So what we'll do, we plan to do the second one today. But anyway, before we start, we will do the Guru Vandana. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Sakshurmunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Radhikaye Priyatmane Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Iti Namine. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Vanja Kalpa Tarupchecha Krupa Sindhupya Cha Paditanam Pavanepyo Vaishnavepyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. So we'll start the class, and now the way we are going to do is, okay, there you go. I'll put it in a different way. Okay, this probably the, okay, there you go. Okay. All right, welcome everyone again. So today, Damodara Ashtakam. Actually, one of the tune that we really did for the Mahamantra is this. That tune actually is this. Because Gurudev used to sing in a different tune compared to the other singing. It is so unique actually. Anyway, Rudandam. But anyway, I am going to be singing only in the regular way. Rudandam muhurnetra yukmamrichandam Karambojayukmena satanganetram. Nurudandam muhurnetra yukmamrichandam Karambojayukmena satanganetram. Muhu swasakam patrire kangakanta Sida Graiva Damodaram Bhakti Badam. Muhu Swasakam Patrire Kangakanta Sthida Graiva Damodaram Bhakti Badam. So in this verse, Rudandam means weeping. Actually, the ru is the root word in the Sanskrit. And also you say Rudra, Rud. Rudra is also his name for Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva, when he appeared from the eyebrow of Brahma, Lord Brahma, he was weeping. He was weeping profusely, he was weeping. So because of that, Lord Shiva is also called Rudra. Of course, he has the further 11 Rudras out of him. So that is a different thing, but his original Rudra is Lord Shiva. When that is this Brahmanda we are talking about. We are not talking, this Sadashiva's Amsa is this Lord Shiva's, different Lord Shiva, one for each Brahmanda. So here Rudandam means weeping. How Krishna was weeping? Incessantly. Incessantly means uncontrollably. I mean, he was really, because why? What happened here? He's afraid of the stick of Mother Yashoda. See, elephant actually is always afraid of his caretaker for only one reason. You know what is the reason? The reason is Ankusa. It's called Ankusa, I think, Ankusa. Because he has Ankusa, using that he will really, poke the ear. Oh, it's very painful. So the whole elephant is controlled by just a small, this length only. This length of a piece of the metal, or it could be a wood, and then it has a, it has a special iron, the metal stuff which is very sharp. And so that is what the elephant is really afraid. So here, Krishna is not afraid of mother as such. He is afraid of the stick. But can you imagine this situation? Because he is all the, even the fear of, all the demons and everybody is so afraid of not only demons, I mean all the devas and gods of gods, everybody is afraid of Krishna. But this Krishna is afraid of the stick of Mother Yashoda. So he was weeping, Rudandam weeping. How? Really profusely. Muhu means two meanings there. Continuously, and another only again and again. That is also Muhu means. So here we have to take the meaning as incessantly. This is continuously he was weeping. And when he was weeping, what was he doing? Netra yugmam. Netra means eyes. Yugma means yug. You mean two. There are two eyes. Netra yugmam. There are both eyes he was rubbing. That rubbing is called mrijandam. Mrijandam means rubbing both simultaneously is mrijandam. So netra yugma means two eyes. And Mrijandam is rubbing both of them simultaneously. Like this. Then, with what? Kara amboja yukmena. So here, Kara means hand. Kara amboja. What kind of hands? The lotus hand. Again, yukmena, again coming. Yukmena means two. Okay? So then again, Karamboja Yugmena again coming. So the Yugmam is coming again. See, Rudandar Muhu, Netra Yugmam, that means Netra two eyes. Then again here he is saying Karambuja, that means both two hands, or hands, the lotus hands, how many? Yugmena, I mean two hands. And how the eyes were, how he was looking. When Krishna, when Mother Yashoda was chastising, and then he really caught and then trying to bind, and then the stick is still with her hand. That is what is really making Krishna afraid of. Satanga netra. What kind of eyes? Eyes are with fear filled. So the eyes were, you can see so much of fear in the eyes of Krishna. Muhu, again and again. Again and again means what? He was actually wiping again and again. Again and again. Swasa means heavy sobbing. He was really giving the breathing, heavy breathing. Swasa means heavy breathing. And when that along with that, he was also trembling. Trembling means he was really afraid and then he was shaking for that stick of Krishna. So stick of Yashoda is trembling. Kampa means to trembling. And then also that time when he was really doing this wasa, like this, his stomach is really, it is taking, it's moving. Stomach is moving. And when he's actually, the whole body is actually, moving, when he was crying, that time, Yashoda could really, because actually here Satyavatra Muni is describing, he's seeing the 3 lines in the neck. So how is the three Rekha Anga is actually 3 Rekha Anga means 3 Rekha means lines. 3 means 3. 3 lines are there on his Anga, and specifically where he is talking about is the neck. In the neck, there are 3 curved lines, resemble the ringed grooves encircling the neck of a conch shell. See, if you look at the conch shell, the place where you really blow, in that place there will be small ring. One ring smaller near the tip, then again after that there will be another ring again, and then again another ring, and then of course the whole world, it will be really forming that, right? So he's comparing that as those 3 lines to the 3 lines of the conch shells, that 3 lines there. Where? Kanta. Kanta means in general, Kanta means in general body, but here Kanta, Sthita, here actually is neck actually means. Kanta is specifically also called for neck. Upon his neck, Kanta, Sthita means on that, upon his neck, you see. And then what is happening also, along with that, the necklace. Whatever that he has really he was wearing, graiva means necklace. Graiva, necklace. That is also along with when he was breathing in hard and then crying, really desperately, of course, like a small child. You see, he's Muktata, by the way. Muktata means he's really crying. He's not acting or anything. We can say, people may say that, oh, he's God. He must be acting or something to really reciprocate the love and affection or something. Here he is actually Muktata. Muktata means really he is crying. He is also Sarvajnata. Of course, then people may ask, oh, then of course, if he is crying like this, then how is he going to listen to my prayers? I am praying him. But where is the prayers going then? If he is actually crying in front of Yashoda for just being afraid of the stick, and how he is going to really hear my prayers? It is going to be a problem. Who is going to listen? And for that it is Sarvajnata. Sarvajna means Sarva means everywhere. Sarvajnata means he knows everything. He knows he is in every atom. So he does not even a single thing is there that without his knowledge. He is aware of. Sarvajna. Everything he is knowing. So that is why, I think I was mentioning about these Muktata and Sarvajnata in such a way that, usually for the jivas, for us, you will be in one of them only. You also have very little. Muktata means, suppose something happens, suppose somebody died in the family and then you really cry, father, mother, somebody died and then you cry. You are Muktata, you are really crying. You are not pretending, you are really crying. And when you cry, will you be thinking about, how much money that is supposed to be deposited today in the bank or something, or suppose somebody supposed to really come and deliver or something here, and or your job, on phone call or this, everything. Will you be thinking about that? No. You will be because immersed in the sorrow. So that is muktata. Huh? So, but we cannot do both at the same time. You can do only one at a time. One may dominate the other, but you can do only one at a time because you have only one CPU, only one brain. But Brahma may be able to do 4 things at a time because he has 4 heads, 4 CPU, 4 computers, CPU. But we can do only one at a time. So that is our limitation. But Krishna does not have that kind of limitation. He is Sarvajnata. He can he can be Muktata and he can be Sarvajnata also. Because Sarvajnata in case of Jivatmas, what is Sarvajnata? He is really trying to really talk to the, these everything. So, actually there are some one of my friend, he will be talking to you. At the same time, he will be also typing. Typing as whatever that, he looking at you, typing and he will be also talking. So this is some extent of Sarvajnata. It's very little, very, very tiny. But here, Krishna is really crying. That's the point that we have to understand. Otherwise, you cannot relish this pastime. Okay? So, it's not like Mayavadis, who really developed the thing. Oh yeah, Bhagavan actually came from Brahman and then he is now just like that, like a normal Mayik, one who has really got into Maya, he is crying. That is their problem. They cannot even have the mercy of Krishna. This is the problem. If they are thinking like this, no mercy, nothing. Only they will go to Brahmaikyam, this Sayuja Mukti. That is their problem. What can we do? So, anyway, here, because he is weeping so hard, now his necklace also is swelling up, going up and down and up and down, up and down. Who is this? Damodaram. This is Krishna, the Bhagavan Sri Krishna has come. And what is the situation? Oh, his waist Udara, Damodaram, Udara. Sri Krishna, who is waist, is bound by Damodaram. Why the word? Exactly, Damodara means Dama. Dama means Dama means rope. And Udara, Dama Udaram. Dama Udaram. Udara means is waist. Basically, the stomach portion. That is Udara. That is why, Upadeshamrita, you say that, right? Here also there is Udara Pashtam, Udara, because that says that you have to also control your hunger, your tongue and everything like that. There also the same word is coming, Udara Pashtam, like that, it comes there. But here, Damodaram means, actually the name came from, Damo means rope. Damo is bound by the rope. So here Damodaram, Bhakti Baddham, that Damodara Sri Krishna who is waist, Udara, is bound by rope, which is Dama. How? How was it to be bound? Anyway, as we are going to see, nobody can bind him. Only Bhakti can bind him. Krishna cannot be bound by anyone. No way. But only Bhakti. So Bhakti is so high. The position of Bhakti is so high. That person who has, this Baba Bhakti does not have to have any qualification, any degree, anything, nothing, no position, not rich, nothing. But if he has Bhakti, he is controlling the Lord. This is the power of Bhakti. So Bhakti Baddham means bound by loving devotion. So that is why we are always doing Tulasi Puja. Why? What are we asking for? We are asking for such bhakti. Because how can Krishna give it? Krishna cannot give. Why should Krishna give? Why? Will you, suppose, will you give your kudumi, your hairs to somebody? Oh, you just to catch my kudumi and then you just control me? Will you do it by voluntarily? Will you give that by everybody like this? Yeah, you take this kudumi, you control me. Will you do that? Then how can Krishna do that? So bhakti is not something that we can get from Krishna. Always remember. Because he has given the bhakti department to his devotees. And he has really kept it in such a way that unless somebody is really touching the food, taking the food dust of the pure devotee, you cannot get it too. Because he will be egoist, people are egoistic because, they may be 5 feet tall, but the thing is, along with them, there is also the ego also is with them. That ego is like, he is only 5 feet, but the ego is like 5 million feet. That is the kind of ego they are dragging, they are carrying all the time with them. So, that is what the bhakti department is all about. Krishna has outsourced that particular department completely to his pure devotees only. That is why Suta Bhakata Charana Renu Bhajana Anukula. Without their Anukula, we cannot do any bhajan, nothing. We cannot do anything in terms of bhakti. It's only we are depending on his mercy. Like our Gurudev's everything. Without him, nothing is going to work. But anyway, so the simple translation of what we really saw that was, so basically seeing the stick in his mother's hand and fearful of being beaten, he is weeping incessantly and rubbing his eyes again and again and again with his 2 lotus-like hands. His eyes are extremely restless and filled with fear. Oh, he's looking here. The eyes, you can see it because out of the fear. And he takes heavy breaths again and again and cause the pearls and other ornaments around his neck, which is marked by 3 graceful curving lines. So it's basically like, because what kind of neck he is? Like the conch, that line, 3 lines. Okay, so his neck is like that. But what we are talking about is, because of his breathing, it's up and down. Even the pearls, the necklace and all the ornament, whatever, all the things he is wearing, it trembles. Because he is really breathing up and down. Look at here how closely that Satyavrata Muni has really witnessed and then wrote this down. Oh Damodara, you have been bound by your mother's Vatsalya Bhakti, and to you I offer my obeisances unto that Damodara. So like that it goes. But anyway, we are on just the first page or something there. We happen to be. We'll proceed and as our Gurudev, how he is bringing from Srimad Bhagavatam. And actually, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and also Bhakti Prajnana Kesava Goswami Maharaj. Anyway, so they are all going to be pouring from Srimad Bhagavatam to really enhance it. Grita Gasamtam Prarudadandam Akshini Kashantam Anjan Mashini Shwapanina Udvikshamanam Bhaya Vikvalekshanam Haste Grihvitva Vishayandyabhagurat. Mother Yashoda is watching. Mother Yashoda watched as her naughty child cried bitterly because Mother Yashoda does not think that Krishna is God. No. Krishna is like an ordinary child. He is not God. No way. Actually, many were trying to really tell her and also Nanda Baba that, oh, Krishna is not ordinary. He is lifting Govardhan and these everything. He's look at killing demons and so many things are happening. Don't you think that he's God? They said, no, he's not God. He's my son. Forget about you. You guys don't have any brain. Look at here. Why? Because the Devaki got that conception that child where born appeared there was God, Narayan. Immediately they folded the hands and prayed, offered prayers. Did Yashoda offer any prayer to Krishna? His baby? No. And now look at the result of that particular bhava. Yeah, these Devaki completely lost the opportunity of that parental affection until Dwaraka again. So where the important leelas, where the important leelas happening is in his young time. And just see how everything arranged, because this Devaki is not qualified to do this Vatsalya Bhava 100%. She is having Mishra Bhakti. She is actually thinking that he is actually Lord Narayana, and then awe and reverence really came in. So she lost it. And Yashoda, even though, look at her, she was, she was not as high status as Devaki, because Devaki was actually in the category of what is that, the Brahmana Kshatriya. Because he's a Kshatriya, because Vasudeva was actually born to a Kshatriya, the concert of his father. But whereas Vasudeva was actually born to the Vaisya wife. So in the status, Devaki is higher. But in Bhakti, Yashoda is high. Nobody can even think about. But look at how the whole pastime worked out. Devaki lost it. And now Yashoda got it. She was so fortunate to really have that. And she was put in jail. You be there in jail, that's all. You asked only for me to come to as a son. I came. That's all you asked for. But here Yashoda was no. I want to give love and affection. I want to give everything for you. That was the prayer. Of course, it is now. Yashoda is the eternal. There were also one, what is the name again? I forgot. There are two personalities. Husband and wife, they did so much of tapas. And they also entered into the body of, the Yashoda and Nanda Baba. So that you have to understand. It's not that somebody did tapas and came as Yashoda or Nanda Baba. No, never think like that. We will always refer to our Gurudev and then Guru Parampara's explanation. So Mother Yashoda watched as her naughty child cried bitterly and rubbed his eyes with both his hands. And that time what happened? This particular Srimad Bhagavatam is talking about the black ointment because Yashoda has really put so wonderful ointment. Kajal, is that what you call it? Kajal, something. So that Corinthium was applied there, and now because he is rubbing his eyes and tears are coming so much, now there is so many, some mixing is going on. Because he rubbed his eyes with both his hands. The black ointment from around his eyes mixed with his tears and spread everywhere. So seeing her son with his eyes full of fear at the sight of the stick, she was brandishing. He was threatening, he was chastising. Devaki cannot chastise. As soon as one comes to know that, oh, my son is God, finished. End of bhakti there. That is why Yashoda is not believing anything. Whoever says that, her son was actually God, why she was not really believing at all? What is the reason? Tell me. Anyone?
Prema?
Yogamaya. Of course, prema is always there. Prema is there. Prema is, Vaiti Bhakti is also having prema. That's not a problem. Yogamaya is imposing that. This is why when one gets this Baba Bhakti, Yogamaya is the one who really bestows about this Baba Bhakti. And this Baba Bhakti, when you really going to really serve in Goloka or Vrindavan, if one is fortunate, it's not easy. Then you are under the control of Yogamaya. So basically, anything, even including Parsadas, associates or servants or his associates of Krishna, they were all under the custody of Yogamaya only. Who is this Yogamaya? Anyone?
No, that is
No, that is Mahamaya. You completely got it wrong. Paurnamasi. And of course, this Yogamaya. Yogamaya actually came as Paurnamasi, that is true. But this Yogamaya, who is the souls? Radharani. Because why Radharani is actually Haladini Sakti? Why Haladini Sakti has to be their souls for this Yogamaya also? Because without Yogamaya, you cannot do Haladini. From the point of not Radharani side. Radharani is always Haladini. But Haladini means bliss. Bliss of this bhakti is really that Haladini. That Haladini is really given because of the mood that Yogamaya is giving to those who serving Krishna, Radha Krishna Yugala. Because of Yogamaya only, that Haladini is really fully, completely that is realized. So now, okay, anyway, so now, okay, you understand the difference between, what we are in and eventually how, when we really try to achieve Krishna, Yogamaya is going to play. Yogamaya is the one who is really going to help to make this Haladini Sakti or the Swarupa Sakti. Swarupa Sakti is Radha Krishna together. They all come down and then enter into the heart of jivas, making them into pure bhaktas. And here in this verse he's saying also, Yashoda took him by the hand, but gently reproach him in order to instill fear in him. Because why she brought the stick was to instill, make sure that Krishna is feeling the fear. Otherwise, why? What is the reason behind? Because the reason behind is Yashoda was worried. My son may become a robber. He is already, everybody is calling that he is really going to all these different gopis, houses and then stealing butter everywhere. Oh, I don't want my son to become a robber, to become a thief. So Yashoda was worried. That was the reason that now she is punishing her son by tying that son with his grinding mortar. Anyway, in the stanza, just like here, in the stanza beginning with Rudandram, that's the one, Rudandram Muhurna, Sri Satyavrata Muni fully captured the meaning of this Bhagavatam verse which I recited. So in following with the second half of the previous stanza, he continues he continues to establish his worshiped Lord's supremacy through description of his unique pastimes. If you see that, it's always, because if you see the verse of Satyavrata Muni, he's starting from opulence only. Ishvaram, see, Ishvaram, Namo, Ishvaram he is starting with, and then finally ending with Radharani's shelter. So he's going in steps. So here, that's what is actually indicated here. So he spoke the verses like that. Anyway, that he just keeps rubbing his eyes with both of his hands. Karamboja yukmena netra yugmam brijantam. He rubs his eyes again and again with both his lotus-like hands. This is the special characteristic of Balya Leela. Balya Leela means how the baby will be acting. Because just keeps rubbing his eyes with both his hands is in keeping with the natural behavior of a child. So he is muktata. He is actually going through that. So this is a part of the Balya Leela. So, and it is one explanation of Karamboja Yukmena Netra Yukmam Brijantam. Also, it can give two slightly different meanings also. First meaning, if you see that there are actually tears that incessantly came in his eyes due to his fear. So then, in order to make these fears fall from his eyes, he continuously rubs them. So, because he is fearful, tear is coming, and then to really make the tear to fall down, he is rubbing. That's one meaning. But the second alternative meaning is that continuous streams of tears are already flowing from his eyes. He rubs his eyes with both his hands to wipe away the tears. One is to really make the tear fall down. Another one is he tries to wipe it away the tears. Look at here how Gurudev is really going detail there. Oh, the meaning of Satanga Netram is that even his eyes are expressing that he is afraid of being punished. So that means he must be really completely overwhelmed with fear. Otherwise, it may be taken to mean he is casting his glance in all directions because he is greatly agitated by fear. So you can take in a different way depending on your qualification. This particular scenario, what you are seeing, can be withheld differently. So anyway, now there is also another Srimad Bhagavatam verses is being pulled in here. Tammatvatmajam avyatam Mahartyalingam adokshasam Gopiko lukale damna Babanda prakritam yata. So just as an ordinary mother in this world may bind her mischievous son, the same way Yashoda was thinking like the mischievous child. And he was worried that his son is going to be spoiled because of the becoming thief. And also so much of naughty. So now how is he actually considering like a mischievous, her own son is mischievous. She's worried. But her feeling is that it is her son. So what she did? That Gopiko ulukale damna babanda praka kritam yada. Gopi, that Gopi means here Yashoda. Golukale, because here Goluka means that, remember that grinding mortar. He tied his son to the grinding mortar with a rope. Damna, Gopiko Lukala Damna. With a rope, as if you were an ordinary child. So here, Satyavrata Muni says, Bhakti Baddham. The meaning is, because actually, I asked a question, how the whole feeling that happens is, of course, bhakti is involved. But bhakti alone has to be really protected in such a way that it is really completely reflecting without any. That is why Yoga Maya is coming into picture. Prema bhakti is there. But the bhakti needs to be activated in the sense, in so much of action, then only it is relishable. For that we need to wait the shelter of Yoga Maya. So here, now Satyavrata Muni is saying, Bhakti Baddham. Bhaktiyaiva Baddham. The meaning is actually Bhaktiyaiva Baddham. That means Sri Krishna is only bound by bhakti and nothing else. Krishna cannot be bound by anything else. No way. Like the elephant. You think about the elephant? Oh, only it's bound by that ankush. Anyway, here, in other words, it was not the strength of all the ropes that was able to bind him. Because you know the story. And when Mother Yashoda was trying to really bind with this little rope, he thought it's only 12 finger, the circumference of the small, the Krishna. At that time, it is really Shastra says, is 12 angula, the circumference. But whenever she is really taking a long rope, more than that, and when he was trying to bind, it always became 2 finger short. 12 finger is circumference, but 2 finger always short. So that's what is coming talk about, our Gurudev is talking about here. But so Yashoda could not bind. But actually how he was bound was because of his mercy also came. There are 2 things happening here. So out of these 2 finger short, there is a big meaning behind. Because when Yashoda thought that, I can bind with this just like a rope, ordinary, this much length is there, so I should be able to bind. That was the thinking that it was in the beginning. So, because, she was thinking that it's an ordinary child, but 2 finger short. And by the time the gopis, everybody has really gathered. And this drama was going on. Wow. Then Yashoda was asking, the servants and also the gopis also came, bring long ropes, and then they even brought long ropes, tied them together to become a very long rope, and then they were trying to bind. Again 2 finger short. Then Yashoda could not believe what was happening. Arey, how big is your stomach? How big is your stomach? Then he prays to Narayana. She does not, because it's really hidden. Lord Narayana is the expansion of Krishna. But because the Krishna Bhaktas, especially some of the Krishna Bhaktas don't think that Krishna is God. Even in Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna is not considered as God. He is considered as beloved. Now Mother Yashoda is praying to Narayana. Oh Narayana. He surrenders there. Please help me. This is the first finger. So the prayer goes to Lord Narayana. And Narayana, of course, who is hearing that is Krishna is hearing it. So this is the Sarvajnata. So the Sarvajnata is playing here now. Now he has to give mercy now. So one finger is, now Yashoda is crying, is asking, praying, begging. That is one finger. And now Krishna is showing the mercy. Yes, I am giving the mercy so that you can bind me. So this is how we have to understand. So that is why Srimad Bhagavatam also says that, very nicely in one particular verse, saying, whenever Mother Yashoda tried to bind her mischievous child, the rope was always 2 fingers too short. So she added another rope to it. Taddama bhatyamanasya swarpakasya kritagashaha. Dvi angam, dvi means two. Dvi angulo, angulam. Angulam means, actually it's the same thing. Angulam means inch. It's 2 inches short. Dvi angulo namabhutena sandate anyacha gopika. Sandate anyacha gopika. 2 fingers short. But he tried again. Yashoda was really trying more and more. It was always 2 fingers short. Yada shitatapi niyunam tenan yatapi sandate tatapi tui angulam niyunam yet adatta bandhanam. How many times you try to do, putting more and more on rope. Always, each and every time she tried with another rope, and always 2 fingers short. That was it was talking about here. He could not bind. And then all the gopis were also watching this phenomenal, and they really started giggling. They started laughing. What is this going on? What is this going on? And they were really telling Yashoda, oh Yashoda, I don't think that it is written in your head that you can bind your son. And it is not written in the head of your son that you can bind him either. He is not going to be bound by anyone. So they were laughing. And then only she really started worshipping Lord Narayana. And yes, now that is 1 finger. And the other, this is mercy coming from the Lord. That is the other finger. And now Mother Yashoda could really bind very easily. Done. He was now finally by, because actually I am so we will probably skip to the next verse, because there is little more. Our Gurudev adds more again. And now it is almost time, 45 minutes, more than 45 minutes. Yes. So shall we complete here now? So I will just sing the verse to really complete once again. Rudandam muhurnetra yukmamrujandam karamboja yugmena satanganetram. Rudandam muhurnetra yukmamrujandam karamboja yugmena satanganetram. Muhutswasakam patri rekanga kanta stida graiva damoda rambakti baddam. Muhutswasakam patri rekanga kanta stida graiva damoda rambakti baddam. So always when you are singing this Damodara Ashtakam every day night, you have to know the meaning and then do the arati. Not like, this many counting here, this many counting there, this many counting there. Then you cannot, that is not bhakti. That is vidhi. No. You give your heart. Everything you really give. You think the meaning. Because if you are actually doing this just for the sake of it, the benefit is not that much. You give your heart to who really came down to attract us, like performing so many pastimes like this under the Yoga Maya. Okay? Any questions? I think we just ran out of time. More than. Okay? All right, tomorrow is Thursday. Oh yeah, Thursday we'll have something again. Maybe we can continue on the next verse. So slowly. And then also Sunday Harikatha, I'm thinking of actually doing, maybe we have only probably 2 or 3 weeks only. the whole Damodara Leela. Leela as Harikatha is different again. So this is, we are going by Ashtakam's slokas at a time. Because there are a lot of other devotees who comes on Sunday. They can actually also hear these Damodara Ashtakams, Damodara Leela. Okay? Banja kalpa tarupchacha, kripa sindhupya evacha, paditanam pavanepyo, vaishnavepyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All glories to Srila Gurudev, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Parampara, and all glories to the devotees who are so fortunate to really come and hear this Harikatha from Gurudev. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Amma, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.